So we're going to apply radical multiplication. We have an equilateral triangle that is framed inside a square as shown. The area of the square is 32 centimeters squared. Okay, so the first thing that we want to work out is the exact perimeter of the triangle. Alright, and if you recall, when we have a square, we're going to call the sides S, and the area for a square is S squared. Now we already know that the area of the square is 32, so we're going to plug 32 in for our area. And then we are going to square root both sides to solve for S. And we don't have to worry about going plus or minus the square root of 32 because we have a side length to a square, so it can only be positive. And we are going to simplify root 32, and we get 4 root 2. Okay, so this is the length of the side of the square. Okay, so this is 4 root 2, alright, and that's pretty much all the way around, right? Okay, now note, the one side of your equilateral triangle shares the same side as your square, so that means that each side of our equilateral is also 4 root 2. So the perimeter for our equilateral triangle is 3S, okay, because each side is the same length as the side of the square, which we're calling S. And so we're going to put in that the perimeter of our equilateral triangle is 3 times our side length, which is 4 root 2. And so we get 12 root 2. Okay, so the perimeter the triangle is 12 root 2 centimeters. Okay, now we want to work out the exact height of our triangle. Okay, so let's draw in a line to represent our height. And because the height of our triangle will bisect the base, 1/2 of that is half of our 4 root 2, which is 2 root 2. Okay. And notice we have a right triangle. Okay, so we're going to use Pythagoras' theorem to determine the height. Okay, and we're going to call this the height. Alright, so remember the only side that we definitely have to identify is our hypotenuse, which we know is 4 root 2. Okay, and the base of our triangle is 2 root 2, and we don't know what the height is. Okay, so we're going to square some numbers here. So 2 root 2 times 2 root 2, that's 2 times 2 is 4. And the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is root 4, and the square root of 4 is 2, so we get 4 times 2, which is 8, so we get h plus 8 is equal to, and then use the same method that we did for squaring the 2 root 2, so we're going to go 4 squared is 16. Okay, I'll just write that here. And root 2 times root 2 is root 4, and the square root of 4 is 2, so we really have 16 times 2, which is 32. Okay, so h squared is 32 minus 8, which is 24. H is the square root of 24. And so the height is 2 root 6. Okay, so the height of the triangle is 2 root 6 centimeters. Okay, and the exact area for our triangle is base times height over 2. So our base is 4 root 2 times our height, which we just worked out to 2 root 6, divide it by 2. And we can do some simplifying here because we can divide 2 into 2 once and 2 into 2 once. So we are left with 4 times 1 is 4. Root 2 times root 6 is root 12. Divide it by 1, so we just leave that as 4 root 12. And then we will simplify and get 4 times 2 root 3, because 2 root 3 is the same as root 12, and we get 8 root 3. Okay, so the area of our triangle is 8 root 3 centimeters. Okay, so we're done for today.